Travel vlog on December 7th, 2024. As soon as I finished my sightseeing in Cadiz on December 7th, I took High-Speed Train Renfe from Cadiz to Jerez de la Frontera. The ticket is only $9, and the journey took about 40 minutes. After traveling across Spain for 20 days and taking multiple rides on its high-speed rail system, I can confidently say, I will never ride a Chinese high-speed train again. High-speed train comparison among Spain, China, and Japan. One of the most enjoyable parts of traveling in Spain has been taking the Spanish high-speed trains. Compared to the Japanese Shinkansen and Chinese high-speed rail, Spain's trains are surprisingly affordable and extremely comfortable. For example, I took a train from Cadiz to Jerez de la Frontera, and it cost me only $9. That is amazing value, especially when I think back to my Japan trip. I bought a Japan rail pass for 21 days, which cost $734. While the Shinkansen is incredibly efficient and punctual, it can be quite expensive for long trips. The ticket of Japan Rail Pass is small and no owner's photo. Every time I use it, I must spend time visiting tickets windows to exchange local tickets that made owners easily lose it. If owner lose the ticket of Japan Rail Pass, the owner cannot make up it again. I lost it during the trip to Mount Fuji just after 3 days in Japan. My friend lost it 2 weeks later. We paid extremely high prices for the Shinkansen train. Take a lesson. Never buy Japan Rail Pass because the tickets never save you money and time. If you buy it, please keep it carefully. If you lost it, you would lose it forever. In Spain, I saved a lot of money in high-speed train. The spending is much cheaper than in Japan. What I love about Spanish trains is not just the price, but the experience. The ride is smooth and peaceful. Unlike in Japan or China, the trains here often feel less crowded, giving you space to relax and enjoy the scenic views rolling past the window. The seats are spacious, the atmosphere is quiet, and the overall vibe is more laid back. For me, riding Spain's high-speed trains has been a highlight of my trip. Convenient, comfortable, and cost-effective. It is an experience I would recommend to any traveler exploring the country. A note on train culture: Spain, Japan, and China. While traveling by high-speed train in different countries, I noticed some cultural differences in passenger behavior. In Spain and Japan, passengers are quiet and respectful of others in the train cars. Most people speak softly, keep to themselves, and maintain a calm atmosphere, making the journey very pleasant and relaxing. Especially in Japan, there's a strong cultural emphasis on politeness and discipline in public spaces, which is reflected in the train experience. However, on Chinese high-speed trains, I noticed a different atmosphere. In my experience, passengers sometimes spoke loudly, and there were occasional disagreements over seats or space. The environment felt more chaotic at times, which made the ride less comfortable compared to Spain and Japan. Of course, this does not apply to every passenger or every trip, but it was a noticeable contrast. These cultural differences can be surprising at first, but they are also part of what makes international travel so eye-opening. You learn not just about places, but about how people live and interact around the world. Why Spanish high-speed trains changed how I travel. During my time in Spain, I experienced every type of high-speed service available. Avenue, Renfe's flagship high-speed train. Avlo, Renfe's low-cost option. Irio, a private competitor with modern, premium trains. Ouigo España, a budget-friendly French-backed operator. No matter which company I chose, the experience was consistently excellent. The trains were smooth and stable, not shaking hard like the Chinese high-speed trains I have taken in the past. The ride quality felt more refined and comfortable. Comfort and cleanliness. Spanish trains were a joy to ride, clean, spacious, and calm. What stood out most was the behavior of the passengers. In passenger car, people were polite, quiet, and respectful, like my experiences riding the Japanese Shinkansen. Unfortunately, I had quite different experiences in China. On multiple occasions, I encountered loud talking, arguments over seats, and even poor hygiene. On one trip from Shanghai to Guangzhou, the passenger next to me placed his bare foot right next to mine. That was deeply unpleasant. In Spain and Japan, I never heard any passengers spoke loudly and fought each other, but these cases always happened in Chinese trains. Safety and technology and quality. I also found it interesting that Spain's trains are equipped with high-quality components, like those used in France, Germany, and Japan. In contrast, Chinese high-speed trains struggle to import advanced technology, such as Japanese-made wheels, which may impact ride stability and overall experience. Chinese high-speed trains as not safe as Spanish high-speed trains and Japanese high-speed trains. Take this accident in China as example. In 2011, the Ningbo-to-Wenzhou railway train rear-end accident. The officials said that the 7.23 Ningbo-Wenzhou line was a particularly serious railway traffic accident. Refers to a train rear-end accident that occurred on the Ningbo-to-Wenzhou railway on July 23, 2011, at 20 hours 30 minutes and 5 seconds on the same day. The D301 train from Beijing South Railway Station to Fuzhou Station and the D3115 train from Hangzhou Station to Fuzhou South Railway Station collided in the same direction on the Ojiang Bridge in Wenzhou City, Zhejiang Province. The four carriages of the rear car D301 ran over the rear of the D3115 and fell off the bridge. The Ministry of Railways of the People's Republic of China finally announced that the incident caused a total of 40 deaths, 172 injuries, and the interruption of railway traffic for 32 hours and 35 minutes, resulting in a direct economic loss of 193.7165 million yuan. According to the investigation results of the Accident Investigation Expert Group of the State Council, the main cause of the accident was that there were serious design defects in the equipment of the train control center, and the review was not strict. After the lightning strike caused the equipment failure, the emergency response was ineffective, and the report held Lu Jijun and Zhang Shuguang mainly responsible, and recommended that 54 relevant officials, including the Ministry of Railways and the Communication and Signal Group, be punished. The accident was the first major casualty accident on a high-speed railway in Chinese mainland and the third deadliest accident in the history of global EMU trains. After the derailment of the High-Speed train on June 3, 1998, and the derailment of the JR Fukuchiyama line on April 25, 2005. The compensation standard for the victims of the accident is 915,000 yuan, including death compensation, funeral expenses, spiritual comfort expenses, and one-time relief compensation. On June 3, 1998, part of an IC-1 train on the Hanover-Hamburg Railway near Skeid in Lower Saxony, Germany derailed and crashed into an overpass that crossed the railroad, which then collapsed onto the train. 101 people were killed and at least 88 were injured, making it the second deadliest railway disaster in German history after the 1939 Gethin rail disaster and the world's worst ever high-speed rail disaster. Approximately 9:18 a.m., April 25, 2005, between Tsukuguchi STA and Amagasaki STA, Fukuchiyama Line, between Tsukuguchi Station and Amagasaki Station, train number 5418M entered a rightward curve with a radius of 304 m at 116 km per hour, greatly exceeding the speed limit of 70 km per hour for the corner. As a result, the first through fifth train cars derailed, causing the first and second cars to collide with an apartment building on the left side of the direction of travel. On this derailment, 106 passengers and the train driver were killed, and 562 passengers were injured. Spanish high-speed train is safer than Chinese train and Japanese train. No serious accidents have been reported so far. Price comparison. Spain also wins when it comes to affordability. A short ride from Cadiz to Jerez de la Frontera cost me just $9. In Japan, I paid $734 for a 21-day Japan Rail Pass. While Japan's trains are punctual and efficient, they're also expensive, and stations always are often crowded, such as Shinjuku of Tokyo and downtown of Osaka. In contrast, Spanish trains offer lower prices, fewer crowds, a more relaxed, enjoyable atmosphere. Conclusion. Spain has truly set a new standard for how I want to travel by train. The combination of affordable tickets, smooth rides, and a respectful travel culture makes it hard for other systems, especially China's, to compare. After this trip, I know what kind of train experience I want in the future, and I will be back on board in Spain again someday.
不带怕的。妈仍然无动于衷，就是不让。你能把我怎么样？这是发生在一趟从青岛开往成都的火车上。孙先生因为工作需要临时出差，当他拿着车票准备对号入座的时候，发现座位上已经坐着一位大妈。他核对了好几次车票号，确定自己没有看错。于是孙先生客气地问大妈是不是坐错位置了。可万万没想到，大妈直接一句是无座票，所以坐哪儿都一样。牛的不是他的逻辑，而是他的气场。对着视频拍摄的小伙就是一段言语输出，你以为这就结束了吗？不存在的，正义是有感染力的。大妈用强烈的地方口音疯狂辱骂他人的时候，车厢最后排的一位正义大哥也听不下去了，站出来提醒大妈收敛点。谁知再次惹怒大妈，顺带把大哥也拉下水开骂。一个无赖的霸座男，只因女孩上车后询问了一句：“这是你的座位吗？”男子竟耍起了无赖，还要动手打人。视频中和男子争吵的小姑娘和同伴想要乘坐从厦门开往昆明南的G1684高铁去游玩，可没想到就被一名占座的男子坏了好心情。小姑娘和同伴一上车就发现
The next stop will be Hachioji. Thank you.
Hi.
to the Shinkansen.
Right. 换乘富士急行线的旅客，请走上台阶。
当然可以。
侬买好以后，等我一道看看啊。后头在啥地方？奥萨卡的。